Hello everyone. So we will be solving Leetcode problem 55, that is jump game, which is quite an interesting problem. So we are given an integer array nums and we are initially positioned as the at the array's first index, and each element in the array represents our maximum jump length at that position. We will be returning true if we can reach the last index, or we will be returning false. So let's try to understand the problem statement in more depth. We are given an integer array nums and we are initially positioned at the array's first index. Now we are told that every element in our array represents the maximum jump length. So for example, if we consider at our first index, we have got 2. So 2 represents the maximum jump length, but that surely does not mean that we have to jump 2 steps. We can even jump 1. So that just means that every element represents the maximum jump length, but we can also move steps lesser than that number. For example, at our index 1, we have got 3. So we can move 1 step, we can move 2 step, we can move 3 steps. Now we have to return true if we reach till the last index. If we keep on jumping and we can reach the last index. If we do not reach the last index, we have to return false. Now let's understand it with these two examples. So for our first array, we have got 2, 3, 1, 1 and 4. So we know that every element represents their jump length. So here we have got 2. Now it does not mean that I have to move 2. I can also move 1. But let's just see. Like let's move 2. So when I move 2, I have got 1. So I can move 1. When I move 1, I can move 1. So I am reaching the last index. I am reaching the last index. So I will return true here. Now if I see another way to do it. So we are at the first we are at the first index. So we are given 2. So I can move 1 also. So when I move 1, I get to 3. So in 3, I have got 3 options. I can move 1 step, I can move 2 steps, I can move 3 steps. So if I move 3 steps, I directly reach our last index. So I will get a true. So from 3, if I move 1 step, then I go to 1. I will move another step, I go to 1. Then I will move another step, I go to 4. So I am reaching last here. Now if I am taking, so this one is, we are taking 3 steps. This one is, we are taking 1 step. Now let's see and do it taking 2 steps. Like in 2 we have taken 1 step. So in here, if we are taking just 2 step, we reach to this one. And of course 1 we will take just 1 step. So we are getting true. So in all ways we are reaching the end of our array. So we are returning true. Now we have got another example. Let's see that. But we have got 3, 2, 1, 0 and 4. So as we are told 3, in here we can move 1 step or 2 steps or 3 steps. So let's see all of them. So if I move 1 step, I'll go to 2. So in 2 I go to the 0. So it is a dead end because 0 does not move anywhere. So we will return a false. Now this one in 1 step. Now let's try to do 2 steps. So in 3 I'll move 2 steps. So I reach to 1. When I go to 1, I'll move 1 step because of course the maximum jump length, so we have to move 1. So I reach to 0 again. So this would be false again. Now we have to take 3 steps. Now when I take 3 steps, I directly reach to 0, which is a dead end. So false. Are we able to go to the last index of the array? No, we are not able to go to the last index of the array. So we will be returning a false. So this is the logic behind the question. Now let's see how do we solve it. We will take a greedy approach to solve this problem. So our goal is to reach the last last element, and we are at the index element. So how do we reach the last element? We will check, like this is our last element. We will check if we can reach it by its previous element. So we will check 1 here. By As we have got 1 here, we can just take a single step. So by a single step, can we reach the end? Yes, we can reach the end. So we know that if I just get to here, if I just get to its previous position, I can reach the end position. So what I will do is I will shift my goal. So my new goal will be to reach here. So my new goal will be to reach just till this one. So if I see it more, now what I would try to see is how can I reach this one. So I will check the previous element. So my previous element is 1. So by taking just a single step, am I able to reach there? Yes, I am able to reach there. So what I will do is I will just change my goal. So now my new goal would be to reach this one. And if I am able to reach this one, I will be able to reach this one. Then of course I'll be able to reach this 4. So now my goal would just shift here. Like to get here is my goal, because I know after that of course I will be getting to the last element. So now what will happen is I will check if with its previous element I am able to reach this goal. So I will just check if my previous element like is able to make me reach here. So we have got 3 as the max jump length, but we can of course jump just a single step. So yes, we can do that. As I will be able to reach till this position, I can shift my goal here. And then if I check again, like I will check how to reach to this position. I can take a single step and reach to this position. So I have got 2, I can take a single step. So now my new goal will shift to the position 2. Now I have reached to this end. Now I know that I can of course with this array, I can of course reach to the last index. So let's try to code whatever we have understood from that logic. So first we will need a goal. So we will initialize it to length of nums minus 1. Then we will check in our whole range of length of nums, and we will move this by minus 1 step. In here we will check if our index and our number at that index value will be greater than equal to our goal value. So if so, then then we know that we can reach the goal. So we will update our goal to that element. After that, what we will do is, so by the end of the loop, our goal should have been 0. That means we should have reached the beginning of the array. And if so, we will be returning a true if our goal has become 0. And if not, then we will be returning a false. So let's run this code and see. Yeah, so this is basically how we can write our jump game with the help of greedy approach. So thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in next one.